I'm in a bit of a horror mood today since I just done that last recording, so we're going to do another episode of this. So, and welcome, my name is Yuusha and welcome back to The Letter. Now, last time we actually near enough concluded for the point of Isabella, so now we are actually on Hannah. Interestingly enough, I don't know what is going to happen since her and dickhead, what's his name? Luke, that's it. We've ruined our relationship with Luke. I have no idea what's going to happen now. And I think we're going to go in a random order on here. I don't think it's just going to be straight down. That just seems like it'll be too easy. I don't know. I have no idea how this is going to go, guys. So, ikimashouka. Let's go. We say our goodbyes. Shake hands and make it clear without outright saying it that we now own this house. By the time we left the mansion grounds, sunset is almost up. Oh yeah, before I actually started doing this, it turns out they actually had an update to fix some bugs and also some missed out translations, which is apparently forever ongoing. But, thank you for the update. And apparently now you can actually see the percentage of how many CGs you got, and I think there are a lot of endings. A lot, by the looks of it. By the time we left the mansion, sunset is almost upon us.
So, you really want to buy this place then? That's a bit of a big impulse buy, even coming from you. Not that I'm complaining.
Well, I'm glad you're not complaining like you usually do.
Oh.
It's a right and proper Christmas miracle, isn't it? Hannah has finally done something right.
Oh. I refuse to look at him staring at the passing scenery instead.
Hey, Buttercup, what's with this cheek?
Rose, lily, mint.
Oh.
The nerve, Luke, the nerve!
Is that what this is about? One, that woman's name was Rose. And two, you know I don't mean a word of that empty flirting.
And it's still the principle of things, Luke. I
Here we
understand
go.
if you try to woo them to get what you want when it seems that I'm not looking. But I told you once before not to do it when I'm there.
So you want him to do it even when he's not there? Doesn't that make it worse? Luke dealt with other women in the past to get what he wanted. Sometimes I have my doubts. I really want to believe that I am an exception, that he is not just using me like how he used those other girls. I'm having a hard time believing that now. And it isn't just shameless flirting. There's something about that Marianne, as if Luke is familiar with her. What? Wait, did I miss something? As much as it shames me, it makes jealousy rear its ugly head. I am, suffice to say, ticked off.
Really? I forfeit my trip to Cardiff for this, and you're still not happy.
Uh-oh.
Oh, trust me, Luke. I am very happy. Very happy that, for once, we are doing something that I want.
I think this is from my bad choices.
Can you not see the smile on my face?
It is only when I let loose those words that the truth hits me like a slap on the face. And by the looks of it, it seems to have the same effect on my dear darling husband. It has always been Luke wants to do this, and Luke wants to do that, hasn't he? I don't even remember the last trip we went to, which was of my own choosing without needing to get the man's approval. On the other hand, I was pulled along to every single expedition he wished to tackle, and I never objected. Dots. The rest of the ride home was spent ignoring each other, pretending the other didn't exist. Oh, okay. Oh dear. Alright, we got the creepy music coming now, and this is by the point they've seen that letter and also the reflection in the mirror, so what's gonna happen? Arriving at our penthouse, my first order of business is to get into bed. Forget a hot bath and forget the tea. I just want to bury myself in blankets and forget everything in my slumber. It seems that Luke has the same idea in mind, as he tags along behind me. But this is something I will not allow the moment I passed through the door. What?
Out.
What the bloody hell, woman? This is my bedroom too!
Jesus! Luke stands flabbergasted as I deny him entry into our chambers. So you just said it's our chambers and you're not letting him in? His pillow lie on the cold tiled floors away from the warmth of our soft down bed, and my gaze promises him the same fate if he does not budge on this matter.
Don't even try to argue, because I am very cross with you, Luke Wright. You can take the second bedroom or the guest room if you wish. but I do not want to see you at all for the rest of the night.
Johans!
Johans? Hello, Johans. Our butler wanders over, a curious expression on his face. He doesn't quite hurry, moving at a relaxed pace no matter how angry his master sounded.
No, you are not allowed to sleep in my room, sir.
That's not what I mean! Help me talk some sense into her!
He thought he was after his room.
There is no sense in questioning her right to be angry, sir. So, if I might be excused, I'll go prepare the second bedroom for you.
Even the butler. I have to keep a straight face as he stomps away in defeat.
Mutiny! This is mutiny!
Pretty much.
The system is being upturned, and the people are rioting, and everything is left asunder.
Jesus Christ. Have I made the worst choices possible for these two? It isn't every day that Luke is rendered speechless by someone he considers inferior, or to yield to another authority without an ulterior motive. His pride just won't allow it. I do keep telling the man to treat his people better. He may throw whatever fit he wants, but he will not be getting his way tonight. Damn. Victorious, I celebrate by jumping face first onto our bed. Undignified, yes, but nobody is here to judge me anyway. Right? Nobody is here to tell me what to do. Yet, as I succumb to sleep, I can hear them whisper to me. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. Wait. Why do we have... I have multiple questions on why we have a cellar door. This is going to end horribly. I can hear them whispering. I'm trying to hear what they're saying. Hold on, let me see if I can make out what they're saying. Your husband must pay the price? No. Calling for me. They want me. Need me. They drown me, pull me down, and suffocate me in their embrace until I sink to the bottom. A deep abyss awaits, inviting yet foreboding. They're calling to me from in there, aren't they? And I do want to help, I do. But when I try to reach out, Savik pulls me back like a hook sinking itself into my stomach. Okay, quick time event. Whoa, hello. You, quick scare. And I break through the surface with a gasp. Alone in bed without Luke to hog the covers, I am swathed in cloth and slicked with sweat. It takes me a while to untangle myself and kick them all off. Both the bed and I are a right mess by the end of it all, but I am more than eager to just get up and go out for some fresh air. I would be... So that was a dream. Was that a dream? Because if that was, I'm questioning how the hell... I'm guessing that the bed, like the master bedroom, is something like here. So if it is, then why do we have a little down area in it? I have multiple questions right now. Dots. October 26th, Wednesday. Oh wow, we jumped forward a few days. Alright, there we go. During the open house, Hannah presented the estate in Cellar the Mansion. Last Born Independent Film and Theatre celebrates its 9th year, discovering new creative talents of the film. Is this now? Included in the few show this year were Zachary Steele's Blue Jants, Dark Tune Times of the Black British, Isabella Santos, Ashton Frey, and Rebecca Gales were also seen amongst the crowd for its premiere. But I'm guessing this is the one that's a new one. This year sank to the disagreement brew with the home. They ended up sleeping in different bedrooms at night. The days past had gone by a blur. We hadn't talked much, Luke and I, outside of necessity. In fact, we've hardly talked beyond the topic of acquisitions and properties. Properties being a mansion, obviously. Everything has been so busy that I haven't talked to anyone outside the business, and it is just so stressing. So one can understand my need for a good chat, preferably over a good meal. She's suggesting cheating right now. Maybe. Whoa, hold on a minute. There are times when any decent, emotionally healthy and socially capable person need a good friend. One who will talk to them without the conversation degrading or turning into an argument. Or barring a nearby friend, I have an interior designer under a confidentiality agreement to listen to me. There we go.
Hiya! Come on now!
The place is bustling with movers carrying furnishings here and there, along with several trunks of personal belongings taken from our penthouse. This is a big place, though. I wonder how many people actually work at this, because it sounds like a lot. I can hear Luke barking at them in the other room, making sure nothing is handled carelessly or gets stolen.
Careful now! I know your pictures are framed by cheap plastic, but those are framed by African blackwood and are one-of-a-kind commissioned paintings.
Damn.
Each one is easily worth a lifetime of what you lot make.
It's hard to tune him out. The wizard not do a good job of muffling him at all. And then again, it is Luke. Jeez. We destroyed them too. I would still hear them ranting, even if we were on the opposite sides of the mansion, and I'm wearing earplugs. Damn.
I'd really like to thank you for inviting me to breakfast, Mrs. Wright.
Oh.
But I already ate, so I should really go back to work.
Nonsense! You arrived so early, you must not have gotten a proper meal. Our butler has made a surprisingly lovely bubble and squeak. Sit, sit! I'd situate us in the dining hall, but it is a mess right now. Oh, Johans!
She just wants anybody to talk to. The man in question appears ready with a tray as he starts to set the table for us. We sit in silence as we are each served a plate. Oh wow. Bubble and squeak, topped by a nicely poached egg with a cherry, tomatoes and other garnishes adorning the edges of the plate. A cup, saucer and a teapot with some Earl Grey is placed down for Mary Ann, and I ask for an orange Julius.
How are you liking the project?
Drop that vase and I'll have your head! I know it's only an 8 million yen vase, but I swear, I'll...
Well, it's certainly a fun challenge, incorporating the
Jesus.
designs of a Jacobean manor and the functionality of a modern household. I have ideas I would like to suggest, by the way, about what to use the second bedroom for.
Ooh.
I have been informed of your goddaughter and thought a kid-friendly room might be in order.
Oh?
You read my
Goddaughter.
mind. I was actually going to bring that up. Oh, that would just be so lovely, Marianne. That way, Kylie can bring her friends over as well.
Oh no. Okay, something's gonna happen very
And a good friend
badly.
of mine, Rochelle, is expecting a baby. So, why don't we think about putting a crib in there too? I can just imagine little ones running around, filling this place with the pitter-patter of their feet. We'd have to make sure they don't trip and fall on the stairs, though.
We won't be able to finish everything up until after the party.
When is the party?
But we'll have it ready by then, so that all we need to do is to move in the furnishings.
Yes, that's plenty fine. It's not like we're in a hurry to have it.
Right.
And we wouldn't want the workers to disturb the guests or the other way around, do we?
Yeah.
Just make sure it's presentable. You know, in case a guest snoops about.
Of course. As for the kitchen you wanted, I've already negotiated for the high-end stoves and the hot and cold drawers, so on and so forth.
I'm very curious about one thing at the second, guys. So what I'm curious about is, at the second, Miriam, I know it's not Mary Ann, for God's sake, Hannah, but where is Rose? Because around this wait, let me have a look in the journal. Okay, so we are on the 26th right now. Did we have anything on these days? No, we didn't. So when was the day we found out about Rose? So she's dead by this point. Got it. So Rose is dead at this point.
I've got a friend who was able to customize them so that they'll look like the counters we'll be replacing and fit the rest of the interior. They'll be bringing them in today.
Why can't you people do anything else? Don't drag it, you'll scratch the wood!
Wow.
Excellent. But no,
Just
really, how have you
ignoring
liked it so far?
Oh, it has been wonderful, believe me. Everything is going smoothly too.
She really loves her job.
It has been a long time since I've worked on something on this grand a scale. Nowadays, everyone is about condos and flats, living in the city where every room is an identical box.
Yeah, that...
Believe me, this is very refreshing.
We lived in a condo before this, Marianne.
Yeah.
I didn't mean any insult.
It's fine, sweetie. Look at you, all frazzled. I was just pulling your leg. Luke wanted that penthouse when we got married, and you can thank him for purchasing this place as well.
Oh, she looked confused. Of course, she has every right to be. She no doubt overheard me push that estate agent into the sale, making quite the aggressive offer. She saw me sign the papers for the mansion as well. So, wait. Why is she saying you can thank Luke? Is she paying with his money? I just had to scoff.
Don't be fooled. I'm just the treasury.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't be able to make a purchase this grand without his seal of approval.
I see.
That's it. That's all you have to say.
Yes. It wouldn't be appropriate to comment further. It is unprofessional.
Unprofessional.
Oh, no. I can't help but let out a deep sigh as I stick the fork in the dish. She wants casual chat. I didn't want professional. But how's she supposed to know? You're her employer at the second. I want someone who will either agree with me, even if it's just for the sake of agreeing, or someone who will try to talk some sense into me. Neutral responses are so boring. There's no discourse in the middle ground.
The food is good. Best bubble and squeak.
Of course it is. Our kitchen staff only uses the freshest hand-picked ingredients. Only the best for the rights.
Mr. Wright is not joining us?
No. He is far too busy bossing people around. He even refused to join me for breakfast earlier. Hence, this.
I see. My apologies. I really don't know what sort of response you expect to get from me.
I'm actually with Miriam on this one. Oh, come on. There is a clatter of silverware as I slam my hands on the table. It is frustrating. I am frustrated. Luke mostly. But Miriam's neutral professional answers are certainly irksome as well. What do you expect from her? Oh my god, she's taken it out on the wrong person.
You're a human with feelings and opinions, aren't you? Don't give me this bollocks about being professional when we're having a nice friendly chat over a nice and friendly breakfast. I can only talk about interior designs for so long, and I detest one-sided conversations, Marianne.
But I really don't know what to say, Mrs. Wright. We were talking of no topic in particular. And
Luke. We were talking about Luke.
Right.
about him not eating breakfast with you?
About him treating me as if I were some treasury.
No, that was not what you were saying. You only said that you were the treasury. You weren't talking about that. I didn't realise that I shouted that loud until it's too late. There is a stunned silence that settled before I slumped back into my seat. Hiding my face behind my hands, I can feel my shoulders shake. Breathe, I told myself. Calm down. But it's just so hard.
Honestly, sometimes I feel like he doesn't love me anymore. Oh, have I been so blind? Did he ever love me at all? Was our marriage all for the sake of saving his company and his wealth? Because...
Because?
Because of what? Did I say that out loud? Again? That is a nice picture, though. Very nice. No, this is bad. Unacceptable. It has been rumoured before, the real reason for our engagement, but if anyone were to know this... Marriage as a necessity to carry on political and financial power used to be a common thing, but the Evans-Wright union is the perfect happily ever after, so she was married off. Interesting. Was supposed to be. It is true that we first met each other in order to discuss dealings to make the then failing Wright Enterprise a subsidiary for Evans Incorporated. But I do remember being in love with him, and there were times when he said he loved me back. Even if I'm not sure of what the truth is now. Either way, I do not want the Wright name or the Evans name dragged through the mud because of a slip-up. Oh, if Marianne so much as talked of this. Oh wow, this is a heavy choice. Okay. Oh god, I don't want to threaten her. I've already treated her horribly with freaking Isabella. By accident, of course. But if we threaten her, we're just going to make everything worse. So, if we threaten her, we're more likely to lose her in this. So, wow, that would actually... I wonder how many endings are actually in this game. Holy God. I'm going to ask for her silence. Because right now, I think that's the more appropriate choice for the second. Marianne is a good sort, isn't she? Yeah, there we go. Holy God, that went up. Marianne is a good sort, isn't she? So far, she has been reasonable and accommodating, even towards Luke's ridiculous request. Yes, she has. Patient and professional. Did it only extend to business? Or would she be able to understand that things like this are not as simple, not as clean, as they are painted to be? Certainly, I can talk to her. Ask for
I won't speak a word, Mrs. Wright.
She knew.
Not only am I contractually obliged to, it would also go against my principles. This is no one else's business but your own, and it should be kept between the two of you.
So I did go for the right.
And whoever you wish to seek counsel from.
Please, Marianne. You have to understand. These sort of affairs, if anyone were to know this, they could just twist it and we'll be ruined.
Which can happen.
All I ask for is your silence on the matter.
If I am to be frank, Mrs. Wright, this isn't new for me. You aren't the first, and you certainly won't be the last to have complicated dealings. Unless what you're doing is illegal, I turn a blind eye.
Yeah, if it's illegal. Yeah. Can I trust her?
If I wasn't in the same boat, I'd be trying to pry those secrets and gossip with you about them by now.
Well, I'm keeping that information confidential as well.
It's not like I have any other choice, do I?
Thank you.
Aww. We continue to eat our meal in peace, finishing the last of the food and drink. When the door to the parlour opened, Marianne and I are just sitting in silence.
Madam, the photographer from Luxury Living is here.
Oh, okay. Hello, Johannes. I give him nothing but a small nod.
This was a wonderful meal, Marianne. You're free to return to your duties. I must excuse myself.
It was my pleasure. And thank you for the food as well.
The voice actors aren't that bad in this, if I'm honest. I'm actually... Yeah, she gave it... I love the animations of this. I'm surprised this game was even a Kickstarter. Because it's just so smooth. Making my way downstairs, I look back and see Marianne giving me a nod and a small smile. That certainly put me in lighter spirits. Hey! An interview with Luxury Living. I'm surprised though that this is the day that we went in with Isabella. So we are 2 days ahead. So what's happened in the time between then? Would the other options have changed it? Maybe? An interview with Luxury Living. That is today, isn't it? Oh yes. People had caught wind of our new mansion the very moment we left the open house. Luke had boasted he could acquire the property in no time and allowed a photo shoot for an interior design magazine to be scheduled today. Well, there were complications and it took longer than it usually does for us. Hopefully I won't have any other unfortunate slip-ups with someone who isn't bound by confidentiality. Yeah, the piano. The mansion grounds has been one of the first things to be fixed up aside from the bedroom. I wonder if they found that... So there are 3 floors in this place, because look, there's a bit up there, and a bit up there, and a bit up there. So was Isabella in here? I never thought of that. Like right in the beginning. Although it's still a work in progress, it had a promising start, and I can already see the flower patches. Luke's favoured daffodils stand out easily, having been transplanted around the plots that used to litter the rooftop of our penthouse. Why, if the moving crew thought that Luke was being hard on them, they clearly didn't see the landscaper on his way out. Okay. Man, the man looked like he was ready to faint, and Luke seemed ready to kill him by the end of their discussion. Holy gosh, Luke. Alright, don't glitch. Oh, Zach! Zachary's the photographer, okay. It is in the gardens that I see him standing near the flowers in quiet admiration. He is hard to miss. The hulk of a man that clearly did not belong, and the big backpack and suitcase he has with him makes him look much larger. It is a peculiar sight seeing someone who looks like he does handling little, delicate things with such care. He looks up from the gardens and does a double that look though. Look at that look, it's like, I see you over there. And does a double take before the friendly face replaces his serene expression.
Miss Wright, yeah? Hi, Zachary Steele here from Luxury Living, ma'am.
Oh, that's the company he works
Hope you
for.
weren't waiting too long. But it looks like you're still moving in, huh? Thought for a second there my calendar was wrong and I came here too early.
The one and only. Welcome, welcome to Maison de Right.
Mansion de
And
Right,
yes, we've been in the process of moving in as we were delayed. But it won't be a problem.
Why was it delayed, though? That's what I want to know. What was the main source of it being delayed? Was it because of the paperwork problems with Rose? So wait. Something happened on the 24th so that they can actually start moving the stuff in. Because that's the day that Isabella was, of course, in the office.
They're just adding a
By the
few
looks of
things
it.
here and there, and you should still be able to do your work. Where's the rest of your crew then, Mr. Steele?
Zach is fine, please. Mr. Steele makes me feel like I'm a mascot for a cleaning product.
Oh, that sounds like Mr. Sheen.
Anyway, I'll be your one-man crew
Oh,
for today.
Mr. Sheen was
Don't
clean.
worry, been doing this gig for a while now.
You must be quite the veteran to handle this on your own. We've had a full crew coming into our penthouse the last time we were covered in your magazine.
Wow,
Veteran.
okay.
Oh, your words are too kind, Miss Wright.
Hannah, if I get to call you Zach, you have my permission to call me Hannah.
Oh, wait, is something going on between these two now?
Alrighty then. Anyway, I'm no veteran, but I know my camera well enough to make sure this is a good shoot. You can trust me on that, Miss Wright.
No.
Hannah.
Hannah. Oh, Monsieur le Photographe. That we've got a new achievement for that. Zachary proves quickly enough that I can in fact trust him. His skills with the camera and experience in this industry at the very least. He is kind of a courteous listening and following as I lead him around the house. A really nice fellow as he treats our household staff well whenever we cross paths with them. I answer his questions to the best of my ability, and he is patient enough to answer mine whenever I get curious enough, so that means that Luke is going to meet him very shortly. I wondered how they would know Zachary, and why Hannah's on good terms with him. It's because of this. One, I asked what the bags are for. They are quite the magician's toolkit. From inside, he had produced several items to embellish the interior with. Bowls of fruits, lemons, trays with peppermills, stacks of cookbooks, cutting boards, and glass canisters filled with colourful nuts and grains are bought in for a kitchen setting. For the bathroom, there are white towels, seashells, and decorative soaps. There are other things as well, too numerous to count, all in a large backpack and suitcase.
Tricks of the trade. Softens up a room, makes a place feel more homey, and fills it up with texture. But you guys probably have better stuff I can use for this.
No lights. Don't tell me all of these are just props.
Well, I've got my tripod here. For things like these, natural light is best.
True.
I'll just have to set the shutter speed to a real slow setting, and as long as nobody steps into the shot, it'll look great.
Oh, it better.
I don't know whether that's a threat or not, but okay. We go through the rooms one at a time, although we first tackle the ones that the movers have no business in anymore. Oh, have we been in the ballroom before? The ballroom needs little preparation with its grand design. Although there is some trouble at first with the wide open space and the picture being backlit. We're going in every single room. It is in the kitchen that Zachary's props come in handy, considering how Johanna has kept that place so neat and sterile. One can practically eat off the floor. Wow. And the bedroom. Lovely. We all know that that is a grand bedroom. And I wonder what that mirror is going to do. There's going to be something in this game involving that mirror. I guarantee it. We carry on touring the house and taking pictures where we can, with exception to the rooms which we have yet to gain any purpose of or design. Too bad I can't take a sneak peek at his photos yet. Funnily enough, he's using a traditional camera. I didn't even know film still existed. What? Wait, what? Really? The way he speaks, however, I can see that he knows enough about his craft that I'm not too worried about botched photographs. I imagine photography must be cathartic for him, judging by how at ease he looks while taking pictures. There are small snippets of conversation in between the clicking of the camera. He even goes far as to talk about these terminologies like shutter speeds and aperture when I ask about the technical aspects. Shutter speeds I do understand, but aperture I don't think I know what that is. Aperture, sorry. I can't quite see the picture as it is made, much like when I watch artists paint on their canvas. But just watching someone passionately practicing their craft such as this is exciting in its own way. Going through the many rooms has been quite the exercise for both of us. Oh, careful now. Something's going to happen here. Despite that, he has been so nice and I find myself putting on my best smile. But it is as we're taking pictures in the foyer that everything comes to a standstill for a moment. Just a moment. And had I not been paying attention, I wouldn't have even noticed. It is merely a split second when Zachary's rhythm is put to a halt. Oh my god. His finger doesn't move to release the the fuck? Oh my god! His finger doesn't move to release the shutter. Yet, he also doesn't pull the camera away from his face. Gaze still firmly fixed through the viewfinder. His hands shake and there's a light sheen of sweat at his forehead.
Zachary?
No response.
Zach? Is something the matter?
So she can't see it, but Zach can? Lowering his camera, he blinks and stares at something behind me before shaking his head. Slow trauma, oh my god. Oh wow, that was unsettling. So she couldn't even see that. But Zach could. So that means Isabella's seen something. Hannah's now seen something else. And Zachary's now seen something. Zachary is now in this with everyone else. Turning around, though, I see nothing that could have gotten his attention.
Oh no, there's nothing wrong. I just remembered something I saw.
I can't help but think his character sprite looks slightly off from his actual character thing.
Let's get back to the pictures. Can you move a bit more to the left, yeah?
I struggled to respond this time. There's a sudden weight in my back and an indescribable tightness around my throat. Nope, everything stops. And everything starts again as I manage to choke out.
If you're sure.
Wow, that was creepy. Oh wow. I don't know what just happened. It was probably just a dizzy spell. I'm fine. And he said he's fine. We continue at the same pace as before, although there is an unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what happened. But wait, so if this is Zach's first time seeing us, then that means something... So that means it's 2 days after Isabella's in the office, so... He was surprisingly more... It's like he knew. I don't know. I don't know how to phrase it. Or maybe that was his first time seeing the spirit. Continue at the same pace as before, although there is an unspoken agreement that we will not talk about what happened.
So, is this a full-time job for you then?
Nah, I just freelance mostly, for magazines, newspapers, and events. So you can't really call it a full-time job.
So it's a hobby.
It's fun and it puts food on the table, but it's not what I really want to do.
Yeah, you want to make films.
At least, not all the time.
What is it that you want to do then?
Maybe I've been out of line sticking my nose into other people's business, but I can't help but ask. So maybe this is the conversation she wants. I regret doing so, as I see his shoulders slump and he used to go in air. He has fades away. He looks torn over, whether he wants to talk about it or not.
Films. Documentaries, mostly.
So he wants to make documentaries. So why is he so keen on documentaries? That's my curiosity. The new David Attenborough, maybe?
But cinematography is a lot more difficult than photography, right?
Oh, yes.
I was working on this thing, actually.
What thing?
Well, it wasn't really a big thing. People didn't like blue foncé very much.
People don't like a film about colours. I suppose they would have liked Blue Bibby a lot more.
Very funny.
Okay, that's clever.
So, Grand Director, do you want to tell me what Blue Foncé is all about?
I think I've forgotten actually. He hesitates. But when I refuse to budge on the matter, he gives in and spills it out. Blue fonts. Le plus sombre des noirs bronchites. Britannique. Dark blue, the darkest hours of the Black British. Oh yeah. So it's about the Black British back in the past. He speaks with passion of one who has gone through the very matter he is concerned with. There is conviction knowledge and experience in his speech. Why, I would have told him that he's an amazing speaker, if only I wasn't so engrossed listening. Prejudice and discrimination in schools and in the workplace. Is this in the past or in today's standards, I wonder? Lesser chances for opportunity and higher chances of being treated like a criminal. He spoke of blacks and people of colour in general still being treated like second-class citizens. So this is today, okay. I wonder where he's getting this information from though, if it's today, or because of the colour of their skin. It is all just positively riveting. I'm going to keep politics out of this because I want to enjoy this game, and I have differing views, of course, because everyone has a viewpoint. So I will keep it out of this so I can enjoy the game. Alright? Because that's what we're here to do. We're here to enjoy the game. And sad. It comes to a point wherein he soon loses steam. He looks abashed, realizing what he had just done.
Sorry, I just got so carried away and...
It's fine. It is really so fascinating to watch people talk about their passion after all. You should see how your eyes light up when you speak so fiercely. You do have very beautiful eyes.
Thanks, I guess.
Okay. I would say that I understand where he's coming from, but I really don't, do I? I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth and I've lived a charmed life. It hasn't been perfect, but the difficulties I've been through pales in comparison to what others experience on a daily basis. I certainly don't know how I would have fared were it any different. Let me speak. Would I still have met Luke, and would he still have loved me if I was any lesser?
What was your home like? These things you talk about. It sounds like you've... Well, I don't mean to pry, I mean.
Live with my older sister and my grandparents.
Ah.
We had a shop selling all sorts of things below our flat. And well, I was one of the few non-white, non-British students in class.
Okay.
I didn't get pushed around or anything straight up. Even then, I was one of the biggest kids around, but a pencil and notebook would go missing, you know?
Oh, that I knew. Children can be so cool at times. That happened to me as well. I know that one very well. Oh my, I do. Of course, it may be a slightly different story when you have personal guards. And a stolen item is not a pencil but an expensive heirloom.
So what about you? How you liking your new house? It's pretty impressive.
It's nice, I suppose.
You suppose?
What?
Not big enough?
What? No, don't be a bully. It's just that...
I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
I was a little girl, all dolled up and treated like fragile porcelain, with nursemaids waiting to hand to me hand and foot. All the material possessions anyone could ever want, I could ask for on a whim, and it would be handed to me just like that. But I barely saw my parents. Just goodbye kisses in the morning before they went off to who knows where they needed to next. So she's very isolated then, so to speak. So that means she may not have a lot of knowledge of other people, or maybe other things in general with more ordinary individuals. So guess anyway. I saw them more often on the telly or in the papers than I ever did in person.
I remember my old house. It was a lot like this one. Big walls and big halls, but nobody in it. Not really. It makes you think how alone you are.
Yep. A pensive mood overcomes us. And there's a moment where neither of us are sure of how to go on from there. Things have gotten a bit too personal, yet it isn't wholly uncomfortable, like as if we've been friends before. She doesn't speak to a lot of people outside of business.
Well,
obviously.
That's normal, ain't it?
Yeah.
You just moved here. You'll make home out of it yet.
He certainly makes it easy to believe that. My childhood house is indeed a lot like this one. Just as large and extravagant. And just as empty. I hope he's right.
So, Monsieur le Photographe, you've
Monsieur
covered
le
the one
Photographe.
and only
So that's
Ermengarde
cool.
Mansion. What's next on the agenda?
The
Yeah.
interview?
Oh yeah.
Boring. It's an
Oh.
interior design and housing magazine.
And they want to know what Miss Wright has to say about her interior design and house.
On a right, thinks she bought a magnificent house that she can certainly brag about. Blah, blah. Boring. You know what they should print more of?
Go on.
I watched an interesting documentary the other day.
Oh
The
wow,
Fosse,
she is
the
going
darkest
all
hours
in.
of the Black British. I recommend you watch it.
Whoa.
Those are the things that people should know about. What do they care if I use a purple or green bowl of fruit in my kitchen?
People, right?
Yeah, some people can be very picky. That's the worst thing about as well, like between classes. I mean, they always end up hating one another somehow or another. Say like if you're poor and you're looking up to a rich person's house thinking like, what are they going to do with all these rooms? Honestly, it's all wasted on these people. Or if somebody's rich and they look at a poor person thinking, how on earth can people live in such small homes like that? I have no idea how they're even going to cope like this. It goes both ways, no matter what. A view is always never one view. There is always another view. And it's always interesting to explore those views.
Oui. People are shite.
Shite.
What do you think? Do I look good with this angle?
I strike a pose while he's been busy. Looking taken aback for a moment, probably not expecting me to just go and say such a cross word. But he recovers quickly and after snapping a few shots he grins.
Yeah, vous êtes belle.
Vous êtes belle.
You want copies of these
Whoa.
ones?
Okay.
Yes, please. So, the big boy knows French. You must have wooed a few ladies. Unless you're into gents.
Unless.
Either way, French is, after all, the language of romance.
Wait. I just got an idea. Can we make Zachary and Luke get together? Can we do that? Can we make all the other characters somehow go with the others? Is that possible? I don't know. Oh my.
No, I don't know about quoting fancy poetry, but I've made lunch for a girl before, and they did like that fancy French cuisine.
But he didn't deny if he was into guys though.
Can you cook your best?
Well, your best.
I can cook just about anything as long as I know the recipe.
That's like most people.
Say money big.
It's been too long since I've had a nice and proper chat with a good friend. No, Lee is certainly not a good friend. And although we just met, Zachary is the sort who could probably befriend anyone. Yeah, he is so approachable. He's just a comfortable person to be around with. Yeah, that's the charm about his character. It's very nice. A bit too comfortable. Oh, she's getting ideas. Oh, the photo shoot went by a breeze. And somewhere along the way, as we talk and laugh, I find myself getting a bit too close without realising. Oh my, I've made some interesting choices. He'll give me this strange look until I back off, and he'll go back to asking questions after I agreed to do his little interview. And it's just odd. Well, no. Me being friendly isn't that odd. That is how I am. Zachary is the one that's being odd. Why anyone else would absolutely welcome the extra attention I give them. He, on the other hand, looks almost flustered about it. He should be used to different personalities by now. Having to deal with various people when he works. I don't think he's worked on anything this grand scale though. And if not, he needs to start. Perhaps nobody has shown him attention of this kind? But he's a big boy. He should be able to handle... Jesus! How to behave yourself now. All it is a friendly touch there. A pretty smile there and gentle swaying of the hips as I move around. Oh, Hannah, you're going for it. Zachary grew more red every time he noticed. Might be mean as I find enjoyment in seeing him unravel. Maybe it's the attention. She wants attention. That's what it is. Perhaps. This went on during the interview and beyond that. There's nothing wrong with what we're doing, right? Well, ask your husband. Zachary and I are just having a playful, friendly chat while enjoying the outside view. At least that's how I see it.
I'm sorry, but I'm really getting distracted. Could you maybe stop doing that?
Oh, stop? Oh my. Oh god, this is going to be an interesting choice. Stop teasing. I'm not sure if I want to though. Oh man. continue teasing or stop it. Alright, I'll make one. This is the final choice I'm making, then I'm going to end off the video. Damn. I'm going to continue teasing. No way, that made us dislike. Oh wow. This is who I am, and I'm not going to tone myself down for somebody else. I have no obligation to do so. At any rate, he is rather cute, and it's a bit fun seeing him squirm. What's the worst that can happen? I doubt it'll be anything bad, considering how much of a gentleman he is. Oh dear, we made a bad
stop
choice.
Doing what, Zach, sweetie?
Touching my arm and looking at me like that.
Of course, giving him a baffled look. This is certainly the first time a man has ever complained about me being too friendly.
I'm not doing anything wrong. Come on now, don't be like that. It's just a bit of fun.
Oh no. We made a bad choice again. A bit of harmless fun.
I'm sorry. It's just really uncomfortable and I don't think either of us want Mr. Right to see us and think there's any funny business.
He's got some knowledge there.
I'm sorry. Look, can we just... We're finished with the interview already, aren't we? Maybe it's about time I go.
Oh, you must be joking.
No, I'm not.
You're certainly the odd one.
Oh,
Don't be such
wow.
a killjoy. A little bit of flirting never hurt anyone. Other men would simply be delighted by my interest in them.
Oh no, you played that card.
Besides, you really are such a cutie.
Well, I'm not them, Hannah. So, yeah, I'm probably odd.
I don't understand you.
Let me put it this way.
Yeah.
You're a pretty lady, so this must have happened to you at least once or twice. How would you feel if someone was making you uncomfortable? Only for them to refuse when you ask them to stop and they make you out to be the one that's wrong?
This isn't the same as that.
It is. Double standard much. As I try to argue his point, he starts to pack the rest of his bags. This is preposterous. My main argument is, what sort of man complains about a beautiful woman being friendly with them? That is no argument. It seems logical in my head, but the moment I try to say it, it starts to fall apart.
Yes, it is. Unwanted advances don't make me feel macho or anything like that. I'm not here to argue morals or ethics, Miss Wright. I think I have more than enough for the interview, if that's fine with you. I may be starting to overstay my welcome.
I feel deflated. And things were going so smoothly, too. I ended up pushing too hard, just when I might have found myself a good friend. I'm not sure if I feel awful because I'm not getting what I want, or because I was just compared to the pigs I so despise.
You're not even going to let me apologize.
You're not a bad person, Hannah. Just...
Because I really am sorry.
people won't always be how you want them to be. And apology accepted, but I really do need to go. A friend of mine is expecting me, and it's getting late.
So wait, who's the friend?
Will you visit again? I will be asking for copies of those photographs.
Yeah, sure. I'll make you a copy.
That would be much appreciated. I'll ask Johans to see you out.
I feel sick to my stomach as I watch Zachary leave. It is silly to be upset over falling out with a man who was, only a few hours ago, a complete stranger to me. That doesn't excuse my boorish behaviour at all, and it doesn't make the ill feeling any better. Well then. Idling out, I stare off into space, unsure of how I feel. And I stay a good while just standing there until the sun sets in the horizon. Disheartened, I proceed back into the mansion for supper. Wow, I made a really interesting... I wonder how this is going to end now that I've chosen that. Because I've probably chosen some choices that some other people wouldn't make. I thought that was going to go the other way. Not the... But after seeing how it plays out, it makes sense why. Ah, wow. Zachary was tasked with the interview of Hannah to take pictures of the mansion and its new owners. What should have been a professional meeting ended up being friendly and perhaps too personal. Yeah, it was too personal. We're going to end it here because this now feels like a good place to end this off at. Wow. So I have killed the relationship almost completely with her and Zach. Oh my god, that is such a large chunk. Oh wow. I have no idea how it's going to go. The only person I've managed to make the relationship go up for with Hannah is Marianne. And I don't even know how this is going to go, or how she's going to even meet Rebecca or Ash by chance. So, I'm going to end this part here, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Leave a like if you did, subscribe if you want any more from me, and I shall see you in the next video. So, guys, I will indeed see you next time. Man, I have no idea what the hell's going to happen now. Wow.